So. This is what one must say when they have feelings inside. Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, everything that I assume that I think, everything that I assume that I am, everything that I assume I feel, everything that I assume is truth, is just mere perception, which actually hinders me from experiencing the true me. My name may be Mark Kreitz, and I may have been born in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I may have also been from Yuma, Arizona, and I may live in Tucson, Arizona now. My favorite artist may be Sarah Bareilles. Martial arts may be a part of me, and I may be a healer. But at the end of the day, if I let that take control, and if I think that's me, if my life situations, the choices that I make, if I like to sit and dwell in my mind and like to play God in there and say, oh yeah, look at her, she's she's a cutie, or I'd say, look at him, he's a fucking douchebag, or or like that, let arrogance in. It's not real. That's not who I am. So, how do I become more of what I am instead of what I feel I am or what I think I am? To acknowledge that those thoughts and those feelings are a continuous arising of notions and perceptions and ideas that will only hinder me so instead of allowing that to take root, to acknowledge it, to place awareness on it. Once awareness is placed on it, one realizes that, holy crap, that is not me. That is not real. This awareness thing stems from far behind. Not in front where all that crapola is that I placed there. Because I made myself believe that I am this or I am that. But instead, to the direct component of that which I am, that's always been there. You see, this video may be pointless, may have no meaning to it, but for some reason that button got pressed. I don't know why. Nonetheless, to allow the original through, one must first acknowledge that the continuous stream going on, this continuous stream that's happening of all my worries and anxieties, of all my thoughts, thinking, waking thoughts about how amazing a person can be, or how much I love another person, or how about what I'm supposed to be doing. Now granted, if I know deep down something that I'm supposed to be doing, and if I can go and do that, I should probably do that. But there's a difference between knowing deep inside that I should do something and thinking that I need to do something. When I think I need to do something, is the second that I think I need to do something, it's like something happens. And it's like, don't do that, or else bad's gonna happen. You know, and sometimes when you get those things, they may be true, sometimes they're not. You just have to learn how to watch, you know what I mean? Watch. And the more you watch, the more you'll learn the reactions. But I'm not talking about that so much right now. What I'm referring to is simply watching. Waiting. Being at the very back. Am I gonna let that voice take control? Am I gonna allow these emotions to rise up from within me and they can just continue to go? Speaking of which, the Manipura, the center of sunlight, are we gonna allow our sunlight to what? Diminish in its false made emotion? Or are we going to allow it to express itself and move up to the anahata? Or are we going to allow ajna to be taken over by manipura? I feel these two things are connected, right? I don't know why, but I see how desire and perception are related. And once we got desire and perception down, it's like emotion is there. And then once we got emotion down, then we're able to speak fluently. From no longer am I just sitting and playing with transcendental reality, but possibly transcendental reality is being spoken through me. Like, not right now. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Nonetheless, once we get past Vishuddhi, what lies ahead? Anahata. But nonetheless, we don't have to snake through them. Muladhara is just as important as Ajna, right? Anahata is just as important as Manipura, and Vishuddhi, and Swarasthana, Saraswata? Oh, that's seventh one. I received a dream last night. One of the most beautiful dreams. A woman who I cared deeply for, and maybe I shouldn't because I've lost all connections with this woman, and I've never even spoken to her. She walked up to me and she went, pa, 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 and opened my seventh chakra. And you know what's been going on a lot today? Despite the fact, you know what I mean, when we can allow the original through, allow the ajna to spin, it's like, I can feel it doing something. I used to receive vibrations all in my body. A bunch of vibrations. They used to start in any region. They usually start at the centers. You know, they don't happen over here, they don't happen over here, they happen right here. They don't, and they happen right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Sometimes I can feel them right here. Sometimes they'll jump down over here and they might move. Sometimes, them just be centered in one spot. And then other times, they'll be basically just centered in one spot. They could be like major rumbles, or they can be like they could be possibly just small vibrations. Sometimes they hurt. Like if I force them, they'll hurt. But just recently, I've been experiencing them, and they only are now coming from up top and going downward. Sometimes you can shoot them all the way down. Sometimes they come all the way down. Sometimes it feels like there's a hole opening up in my head, and it's like pouring this stuff inside, and it's just like, woo! Like, I remember the first time I got it like that real crazy recently was, the real time I can do that. It's like a ball of, like, something. I had to shield myself. It's like a light. Recently, I've come off so arrogant, right? I've been saying all these things. I've been making plays. I've been calling people out on their actions. I call myself out on my actions. I once told someone that I'm a spokesperson for the universe. I don't know if that's true or not. That's irrelevant. That's ignorant. Nonetheless, it's all pointless. Everything's pointless, I suppose. So yeah, thank you for joining. Amen.